We gather around flickering flames. The night is deep, the air is thick with anticipation, and the only sounds are the crackling of the fire and the occasional rustle of leaves. It's in these moments, under the vast expanse of the starry sky, that we feel a connection to something ancient, something primal. Stories are our only solace. They bind us together, weaving a tapestry of shared experiences and emotions. Each tale told around the firelight carries with it a piece of our collective soul, a fragment of our deepest fears and hopes. And some stories are about them, the ones that lurk in the shadows, just beyond the reach of the light. These tales are whispered, almost as if speaking them aloud might summon the very beings they describe. The devils, the demons, the malevolent spirits that haunt the edges of our consciousness. They are the embodiment of our darkest imaginings, the creatures that thrive in the absence of light, the creatures that lurk just beyond the firelight. They are the reason we huddle closer to the flames, seeking comfort in the warmth and light. For in the darkness, our minds conjure up horrors that are far worse than any reality. They are the whispers in the dark, the faint, almost imperceptible sounds that send shivers down our spines. These whispers speak of things unknown, of secrets best left undiscovered, the nightmares that haunt our sleep. They invade our dreams, turning our restful slumber into a battleground of fear and dread. These nocturnal terrors remind us of our vulnerability, of the thin veil that separates reality from the realm of nightmares, the embodiment of our deepest fears. They take on forms that are both familiar and alien, tapping into the primal fears that reside within us all. These figures of darkness are a reflection of our innermost anxieties, the things we dare not speak of in the light of day, but also our deepest desires, for within the darkness lies the unknown, and with it the promise of discovery and adventure. We are drawn to the shadows, not just out of fear, but out of a yearning to uncover the mysteries that lie hidden within. Why are we so drawn to these figures of darkness? What is it about the unknown that captivates us so? Perhaps it is the thrill of the forbidden, the allure of stepping beyond the boundaries of the known world. Why do their tales, filled with brimstone and shadow, hold such power over us? These stories, passed down through generations, have a way of embedding themselves in our psyche, shaping our perceptions of good and evil. Perhaps it's because they remind us that we too contain multitudes, light and darkness, good and evil. Within each of us lies the potential for both, a constant struggle between our better angels and our darker impulses, the potential for both creation and destruction. We are capable of great acts of kindness and compassion, but also of unspeakable horrors. This duality is what makes us human, and it is reflected in the stories we tell: the devil, Satan, Lucifer. These names evoke a sense of dread and fascination. They are symbols of ultimate evil, but also of rebellion and defiance. By whatever name we know him, he has captivated our imaginations for millennia. His story is one of fall and redemption, of power and temptation. It is a tale that resonates with us on a deep, almost instinctual level. His story is as old as humanity itself. From the earliest myths and legends to modern interpretations, the figure of the devil has been a constant presence in our cultural consciousness. A fallen angel, a tempter, a master of deceit, he embodies the ultimate cautionary tale. A reminder of the consequences of hubris and the dangers of unchecked ambition. He is the embodiment of everything we are taught to fear. Yet there is a part of us that is irresistibly drawn to his story, to the drama and the tragedy of his fall from grace. And yet his allure remains undeniable. For in his story we see a reflection of our own struggles, our own battles with temptation and desire. The devil in all his forms is a mirror of our own humanity, a reminder of the complexities that lie within us all. The concept of the devil is woven into the very fabric of human history. From the earliest days of human civilization, people have sought to understand the forces of good and evil, often personifying these forces in the form of deities and demons. The devil, in particular, has been a figure of fascination and fear, representing the darker aspects of human nature and the unknown. From the shadowy figures of ancient mythology to the horned deities of forgotten religions, the devil has taken on many forms and names. In ancient Mesopotamia, for example, the demon Pazuzu was feared as a bringer of storms and pestilence. In ancient Egypt, the god Set was associated with chaos and destruction. often depicted as a fearsome creature with the head of an unknown animal. The archetype of the devil has haunted our collective consciousness for centuries. These figures were not just symbols of evil, but also served as explanations for the inexplicable and the terrifying. They were the monsters lurking in the shadows, the unseen forces that could bring disaster and suffering without warning. In the ancient world, demons and devils were often seen as forces of nature. They were the spirits of the storm, the earthquake, the plague. These entities were believed to have the power to control the elements, to bring about natural disasters that could devastate entire communities. The fear of these forces was a reflection of humanity's vulnerability in the face of nature's wrath. They were the spirits of the storm, the earthquake, the plague. In many cultures, rituals and sacrifices were performed to appease these spirits, to protect against their destructive power. The devil, in this context, was not just a symbol of evil, but a representation of the unpredictable and often malevolent forces that shaped the world. They were the embodiment of chaos and destruction, yet paradoxically they were also seen as necessary parts of the natural order. The ancient Greeks, for example, believed in the concept of balance, where chaos and order were two sides of the same coin. The devil, or the chaotic forces he represented, was essential to maintaining this balance, but they were also, paradoxically, seen as necessary parts of the natural order, the forces that kept the world in balance. This duality is evident in many ancient myths and legends, where the devil or demon figure is both a destroyer and a creator, a force of chaos and a bringer of change, the forces that kept the world in balance. As monotheistic religions emerged, the devil took on a more defined role. In these belief systems, the devil became the ultimate adversary, the embodiment of all that was evil and opposed to the divine order. This shift marked a significant change in how humanity viewed the concept of evil. As monotheistic religions emerged, the devil took on a more defined role. He became the adversary, the tempter, the embodiment of all that was evil. In Christianity, he is Lucifer, the fallen angel who rebelled against God. This narrative of rebellion and fall from grace has been a powerful symbol of the struggle between good and evil. He became the adversary, the tempter, the embodiment of all that was evil. In Christianity, he is Lucifer, the fallen angel who rebelled against God. In Islam, he is Iblis, the jinn who refused to bow down to Adam. These stories highlight the devil's role as a challenger to divine authority, a figure who tests the faith and resolve of believers. In Christianity, he is Lucifer, the fallen angel who rebelled against God. In Islam, he is Iblis, the jinn who refused to bow down to Adam, but even within these structured belief systems, the devil's image remained fluid. He was both a terrifying figure of evil and a seductive tempter, capable of appearing in many forms to deceive and lead astray. In Islam, he is Iblis, the jinn who refused to bow down to Adam, but even within these structured belief systems, the devil's image remained fluid. He was both terrifying and seductive. A master of disguise who could appear as an angel of light or a hideous beast. This duality made the devil a complex and multifaceted figure, one who could embody the fears and desires of humanity. But even within these structured belief systems, the devil's image remained fluid. He was both terrifying and seductive, a master of disguise who could appear as an angel of light or a hideous beast. This ability to take on different forms and personas made the devil a powerful symbol of temptation and deceit. He was both terrifying and seductive, a master of disguise who could appear as an angel of light or a hideous beast. This duality made the devil a complex and multifaceted figure, one who could embody the fears and desires of humanity. He was the embodiment of temptation, offering forbidden knowledge and power in exchange for our souls. A master of disguise who could appear as an angel of light or a hideous beast. He was the embodiment of temptation, offering forbidden knowledge and power in exchange for our souls. This portrayal of the devil as a tempter and deceiver has been a recurring theme in literature, art, and folklore throughout history. He was the embodiment of temptation, offering forbidden knowledge and power in exchange for our souls. This portrayal of the devil as a tempter and deceiver has been a recurring theme in literature, art, and folklore throughout history. From the medieval tales of Faust to the modern depictions in films and novels, the devil continues to captivate and terrify, a timeless symbol of the struggle between good and evil. What powers does the devil possess? The answer, of course, depends on who you ask. But there are certain abilities that appear consistently throughout mythology and folklore. Shape-shifting is a common theme. The devil can take on any form he chooses, from a handsome stranger to a terrifying beast. This allows him to move unseen among us, whispering temptations and sowing discord. He is also often depicted as a master of illusion and deception. He can cloud men's minds, planting seeds of doubt and despair. He can twist their perceptions, making them see what he wants them to see. And then there are the more esoteric powers, the ability to control the elements, to command legions of demons, to grant wishes with a terrible price. These are the powers that truly set the devil apart. These are the powers that make him so dangerous and so alluring. The devil, it seems, speaks a universal language. Across the globe, from bustling cities to remote villages, the figure of the devil appears in countless forms and stories. This universal presence suggests a shared human experience, a collective understanding of the forces of darkness and temptation, a language of fear, temptation, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. These themes resonate deeply within the human psyche, transcending cultural and geographical boundaries. The devil in many ways embodies our deepest fears and our most profound moral dilemmas, but while the core concept remains consistent, the details of his appearance and abilities vary widely across cultures. Each culture adds its own unique twist to the devil's image, reflecting local beliefs, traditions, and values. These variations offer a fascinating glimpse into the diverse ways humanity interprets the concept of evil. In European folklore, the devil is often depicted as a horned, cloven-hoofed figure with a barbed tail. This image, popularized during the Middle Ages, has become one of the most recognizable representations of the devil. It reflects the Christian influence on European culture, where the devil is seen as the ultimate adversary of God and humanity. He is associated with fire and brimstone, and his laughter is said to echo through the darkest corners of hell. This fiery imagery symbolizes the devil's destructive power and his role as the ruler of the underworld. The association with fire also reflects the fear of eternal damnation and the torment that awaits sinners. In Asian cultures, devils take on a different form. They are often seen as spirits or demons that can bring misfortune or illness. These beings are deeply rooted in local folklore and religious practices, and their stories are passed down through generations. In Japan, for example, oni are monstrous ogre-like creatures with sharp claws, horns, and wild hair. These fearsome beings are often depicted in traditional art and festivals, where they play the role of antagonists in various myths and legends. Oni are believed to inhabit remote mountains and forests, and encountering one is considered a bad omen. They are often depicted carrying iron clubs and are said to be incredibly strong and ferocious. This imagery highlights their role as powerful adversaries that must be overcome by heroes in Japanese folklore. The presence of oni in festivals serves as a reminder of the constant battle between good and evil. Despite their differences in appearance, however, the devils of different cultures often share similar roles. They are the embodiments of chaos, the tempters of mankind, and the guardians of the underworld. These roles reflect the universal human struggle to understand and confront the darker aspects of existence. They are the embodiment of chaos, the tempters of mankind, the guardians of the underworld. In many stories, the devil is a cunning trickster, always seeking to lead humans astray. This role as a tempter highlights the moral challenges that individuals face and the importance of making righteous choices. They are the shadows that lurk at the edge of our understanding, a reminder of the darkness that exists both within and without. The devil's presence in stories and folklore serves as a powerful symbol of the unknown and the fears that lie beyond the reach of human comprehension. By exploring these tales, we gain insight into the complexities of the human condition and the eternal struggle between light and darkness.